Hi guys, Currency Games here, back with another video. I've been away for a little bit, I went on holiday last month to Turkey for a little bit, and I've just been taking more of a relaxed approach to the charts for the past few weeks, a month or so, let's say. Still been trading, but just not with as much volume as what I usually do. But we are back, probably with not as many videos as I was doing before, but one or two a week, mainly when I take sells, when I take a loss, when I take a win, or when I have something I want to show you guys, anything like that, to be fair. But today we're going to go over this trading week and the sells I took this week. This week I took one short on Eurusd. I'll input the before and after at some point in the video, probably at the beginning most likely. It was for plus 2R, and I'll show I'll show you why I took the trade, my confluences, and what I saw to take the short on UUSD. So UUSD in the daily time frame. Now, as you can see, the daily time frame was quite bullish for, I think this was last week. You can see we were quite bullish last week. Now, when I see bullish price action like this, especially, I usually like to wait for a top in the market, not say a long-term top, but some sort of structure to form up here, to then look for trades to retrace back down into this structure, because that's when I have confidence in direction. I don't really like to chase it when it's moving upwards like this. It's just not my style. I incur a lot of losses when I do stuff like that. So I was just waiting this week, ideally, for retracements back down into the structure in the daily and H12 time frame. Okay, so that's sort of my higher time frame perspective. And if you look on the weekly as well, we've kind of traded back into the structure levels here. Well, it wasn't really looking too much on the weekly, it's more just a daily time frame. Don't have a daily bias on a daily time frame. I'm good to go, to be fair. So this was the daily time frame. If we go down to the H4, let me replay it back to where I took the position. If we replay it back to the H4, you can see it was on the Thursday I took the position, and you can see we had a break of market structure on the H4 here. Okay, and really and truly, what I was looking at is a retrace back into this order block here, this bearish order block here, and back into this structure of this H4 time frame. Okay, now going on to the H1, one of the most important things I was looking for as well when I came here in London session was that we had tapped into this high here. Let me make it a different color so it's clear to see. We had tapped into this high here, and as you can see, we didn't really displace above it. One thing I've really been trying to implement and pay more attention to is displacement. As you can see, we didn't displace above this high. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this high is probably going to fail to hold, and we're probably not going to see price trade through it to go bullish. Okay, so as we didn't displace above this high and we were in this H4 zone here as marked out, I was looking for bearish prices throughout the whole day. If you zoom into the H1, you'll see after we reached this high and we failed to displace above it, we then create a fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap just here, very small, but it's there nonetheless. Okay, going down to the M15, as we tapped into this fair value gap here, you can see we displaced below this low and this low, and we also created a very nice fair value, well, I would say it's more of a massive imbalance here on the 5 minute and also M15 time frame. Okay, so you can see if I just mark the MSB on the M5 here, and M5. Now what I was looking for was a pushback up into this level to then continue my bearish price and take a sell down, take a short downward. So my position was around this level here with my stop loss just at the high, and I just targeted a simple 2% for that trade there. And you can see we did tap it one time, go bearish, came back up into it, and then when we took out this high here, let me just move this here. When we took this high out here, that's when we had the real bearish push down to take me out of my trade and hit my TP. So that was a trade here again, but you can see it's the same principles I've been applying through my other videos, you know, using these higher time frame levels to find out the intraday support, the intraday resistance, then going on the lower time frames to see where the market structure breaks are and where I can actually get in at a safer level where I presume price won't go above, and then to take TP at a reasonable level in the end. Okay, so that is what I done here. I'm sorry if not, my mum was doing something silly in the background, sorry, but anyway, that's why I took that trade there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to go over my weekly outlook for next week. Okay, so starting off with Euro GBP, might as well be on that chart. Euro GBP. So what I'm looking at Euro GBP is, you can see we've come below this low here. We haven't displaced below it, but again, it's still a low here that I should mark out and take note of. 2 seconds. Okay, and we also have a monthly fair value gap here, so we've got 2 levels here in the monthly time frame that we should be aware of. Going on to the weekly at the moment is bearish. Okay, we've taken out levels here, we've taken out levels here, we're bearish at the moment. As of right now, this is like a retracement to me, and dependent on how this monthly fair value gap holds as we are here, will let me know whether we're going to see bearish prices, whether we get more MSBs on the downside, especially on the weekly time frame, if you continue to break this low, or we're going to push past it. But what will give me the key indications is the daily time frame, because as you can see, the daily has raided this high and it's kind of took a break from pushing higher at this level. Okay, H12, nothing too relevant, but the H4, again, you can see the H4 is sort of pausing from pushing up at this level. Now, again, what I'll be looking for, it's kind of similar to what was on Eurusd this week, is just simple, probably shorts. If we get a nice MSB here, presumably, okay, shorts back down into the discount of this low to this high of the H4, and then seeing how we form when we get down to this level here. Because if we get here and we don't push down with displacement, it could significantly show that this monthly fair value gap might not hold and we could push higher. But because we are in a monthly fair value gap, I'm not going to ignore it, and this monthly fair value gap is a good place to see this H4 push up hold and form retracements back down into discount of the structure from this low to this high. Okay, so as of going into the week, I'll be looking for shorts possibly down to discount of this H4 region. Okay, UUSD on the monthly, on UUSD, nothing too significant for me. What I am focused on is the week, because this is where the structure is clearest for me. The weekly, you can see we pushed down this week, so we can almost expect a retracement back into this kind of, from this low to this high, so back into, let's say, below the 50% towards the 62% retracement level from this high to this low. We have a weekly order block here, and I've also highlighted that order block with a grey box here as well. And the daily time frame, the structure is really clear. You can see we are retracing down, and we've created a fair value gap right here, which we can expect price to probably move into this fair value gap and push down further into discount of the daily time frame. The H4 as well, clear bearish structure. Again, we also have a fair value gap here, which is a daily fair value gap. This fair value gap isn't too much in the premium of the H4 range. Let's check what levels come up, and we just put the fib here. Yeah, the top of this fair value gap is literally the 50% level of that H4 range. So we'll be interested to see how far we actually trace up into the H4 range before pushing down, if we do even push down. And what we should also mark is the high here, which could possibly be raided as we push down as a liquidity grab to move further down. Okay, but that's just my outlook for next week. Hope that all makes sense to you guys. I'll probably be back towards the end of next week to show any trades I've taken, if I did take any, if anything was clear, or if anything stood out that I want to show you guys. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and good luck, guys.